Bijnor, a nondescript UP district, found itself in the news in November last year. Not because of its sugarcane plantations, which dot its vast plain landscape, but because of a creature that often lurks from these thick tall grasses. On November 4th, the UP's Forest Department claimed to have caged a leopard which had killed at least 17 people in the district. Its last kill was a Class 6 boy who was getting ready for school on a cold November morning when the animal struck and dragged him into the thick vegetation. Meanwhile, in neighbouring Uttarakhand, hunters have been roped in to tranquilize a man-eater leopard which has killed at least 2 women in Nainital. And about 2,500 kilometers away, in the Pandalore area of Tamil Nadu's Nilgiris district, locals blocked Kozhikode-Gudalur National Highway on 7th of January. A leopard has attacked and killed a 3-year-old girl there. Another report from Baramulla said that several villages have reported killing of their livestock by leopards. From Kashmir to Kerala, instances of leopards straying and attacking people have increased. These elusive animals are also venturing into dense societies like Noida and Gurgaon. Just last month, a leopard was spotted in the posh Delhi's Scenic Farms area. Another was found roaming in a greater Noida society. Experts believe that a combination of factors is driving leopards into cities. One of them is increasing leopard population. According to a status of leopards report published in 2020, the estimated population of the leopards had jumped to 12,852, a 63% rise from the 7,910 in 2014. And recent reports suggest that nearly 14,000 leopards now roam the country. As these big cats expand their territories, they are inadvertently finding themselves closer to urban areas. Yadavendra Dev Jhala, a carnivore expert and former dean at the Wildlife Institute of India, believes that livestock density in urban areas, as well as increased surveillance through CCTV cameras, is leading to increased sightings of the otherwise secretive animal.
We know that urban areas and peri-urban areas, they continue to expand into what is essentially sort of leopard habitat. It may not always be primary forests. These could be secondary forests and so on.
These are very versatile, adaptive cats, and they can live with semi-urban situations or even sometimes in urban areas. So this leopard population can sustain with humans. Leopards were there since a long time, but the approach to seeing these leopards has improved substantially. So now we have CCTV cameras and people are more vigilant. So you notice these animals, which were very elusive earlier, to be seen more often. Also, the leopard population in India has increased substantially. Poaching has been controlled, so it's regulated across India. There also the prey base has improved in the cities in the form of stray dogs, and the leopards stray into urbanized areas to hunt dogs.
Meanwhile, Wildlife Protection Society of India says that the number of poaching-related deaths have remained almost the same despite a significant growth in the population of these big cats. Some experts also suggest that the spotting of leopards in and around human settlements is also a result of the growing number of tigers in forests, which are extremely territorial by nature. According to the latest estimate by the Wildlife Institute of India, the tiger population in India was estimated to be at 3,682 in 2022, up from 2,967 in 2018. The average minimum territory size for a tiger is around 15 to 20 square kilometers, so the rising number of tigers may have pushed some leopard populations to the margins of forests, bringing them closer to humans. Experts also say that leopards are highly adaptive by nature and thus can easily survive in semi-urban and urban settings.
It might be true for one place, but this cannot be said generically. A forest area has a certain capacity, okay, where there is a ratio of prey to predator. Of course, leopard and tiger, right? So the tiger is the apex predator in a forest like that, right? But their feed requirements are very, very different also. So it's also dependent on the prey base. So I think that this is a very geography specific, answer in that sense, and it should be limited to certain areas, and it could be true in some areas and not true in some areas at all.
Various state governments have come up with action plans to combat this conflict. The Maharashtra government last year proposed a sterilization drive to curb the rising population of leopards in the state. Gujarat has also sought permission to sterilize the feline cats. So what is the way out?
we need to understand, how these large cats are going to react, behave after in a particular geography, after neutering and sterilization. I think there's a lot to understand before mass implementation of a sterilization program.
Conflict is increasing in areas where there has been traditionally been conflict in those areas. Now, the reason for these conflicts are manifold. One is that, you have leopards who have lost the fear of humans and consider possibly humans as their on the menu card, So these leopards need to be targeted and removed from the population. So that is one way to do that. The other thing is we have to learn to live with leopards. Most leopards, when they encounter humans, are not going to even show themselves. So it's 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 chance that the leopard is going to attack you when you encounter a leopard. We have to change our lifestyle slightly, because there has been a generation or 2 generations when people have forgotten to live with large carnivores.
Experts believe that leopard sightings are bound to increase as the population of leopards soars. Leopards are an integral component of ecosystem, and it's the humans who have to adapt to the situation. What we need is an increased awareness and precautions.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
She has ambitions of becoming a brand. Business Standard.